Hello and welcome to my channel, Kelly Legends Media. Okay, let's get right into this video. I was asked, it's been a while already, but I was asked a while back to do a video about basically when had the green light and how it was when we like post up and wait for fools to come out of the county to hit them up where they're from. You know what I mean? And do our thing, just like they used to hit us up when we'd come out of the county and try to catch us slipping. Same thing. So I'm not going to even touch on that no more. That's the way it was. It's back and forth. But what I am going to talk about is the change of when we got the green light. What changed? What was different from us? Okay. Now, I'm going to be very honest. In my barrio and in my experience, and I've been here since the time the green light was on till it was taken off. Okay, so nothing changed in the barrio, at least not for Mariana. Nothing changed. I don't know about the other Maravillas, but for Mariana nothing changed. The only thing that changed was now we had a peace treaty with the other Maravillas, and I'll get back to that. But as far as the southern gangs around us, we're already beefing with them. We already have pedo with them. It was already on site with them. Almost every barrio that come through, we have beef with them. Even if we didn't, we'd make beef. And we actually had that kind of attitude. This was our barrio, fuck everybody. And that's just the truth of the matter. So as far as the streets go, I could honestly say things didn't really change much as far as the barrios around us that weren't Maravilla. Okay? Now what changed was when you go to the county jail. When you go to a county jail, yeah, it changed like day and night. Because you go in ready to fight, and it was on. It was on. Just like it was on site with us, it was on site with them vatos. So, you go in there prepared to fight, and you pick your victim and you do your thing, But it was different before the green light because we didn't have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? But that was the big change, was going through jail. Going to court, going through the court lines. Two, in the joints too, they say, oh, it didn't carry on to the joints. Yeah, it did. I had homeboys that were in the joint that were getting pressure from the south, homies that got stabbed and stuff, So as far as, oh, it was only for the county jail, that's a lie, because I know homeboys that did catch the blues in the state. Okay. As far as the other Maravillas, we always used to beef with most of the Maravillas, but when the peace treaty came, that kind of warfare took a back seat. We concentrated on the surrounding neighborhoods that weren't from Maravilla. But eventually, before the green light was taken off, we were already beefing again. And that happened because I can't think of any cases where Mariana broke the treaty, but Barrios broke treaty with us, and did things to certain homeboys, and started beefs, and we responded, and then it was on and cracking after that. So the peace treaty didn't last all the way through the green light period. And then again, it was like no different than before because, like I say, I can't speak for other Maravillas, but in my barrio, we were always beefing with everybody. The guys from Mariana had a certain mentality, a certain attitude. It was like, fuck everybody. This is our barrio, and what's up? And it was hard like that. Homies came out raw like that, and it was just, what's up, And I know a lot of people got the misconception that it was a big old change and a big old hardship. Even before the green light, the Southerners didn't like us. And I'm going to tell you of some experiences I had personally going to jail. I was in jail sometimes, and somebody would say to the vato that I'm kicking it with, hey, homie, why don't you kick it over here with us, homie? Hey, you know that vato's from Maravilla, dog. You know what's up with them vatos. And I'd be like, what's up with us, you know? And they wouldn't respond. The ones that I talked to, they wouldn't even respond. I'd be like, hey, no, wait up, homie. What's up with us? Let me know, you know? And they'd talk to homie and tell homie, hey, homie, well, like I said, homie, you know what's up, dog. And they'd walk away, you know? And a lot of guys from the South, they just didn't like us, you know? They didn't like us for what we believed, what we thought, and how we carried ourselves. And that beef or that hatred was always there. You know, I felt it a lot of times. If I stood anywhere long enough, the homies will get to know me and how I do my thing. And some of them would begin to accept me. And by the end, before I left, you know, we'd have some homie love going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was all good. But from the gate, just because I was from Maravilla, I got treated some kind of way, you know? And I never got into it with nobody because I was from Maravilla and they were from a southern, you know, they claim sur or whatever. I never got into it with anybody behind that. But I did hear the comments, the little fucking, you know, the caras and the shine and all that. You know, we were just hated like that, you know, and it didn't faze me. You know, by the time I knew it, I'd have a big old ramfla, you know, and we do our thing, you know. And some of the people that used to trip would come to us and join us, you know. So a lot of it was misconception. A lot of it was just shit that they heard. A lot of it was because beasts that we had in the street, they didn't like us, you know. So before the green light, we already had that animosity, you know. That animosity was there. It just wasn't acted upon, especially in the county jail. Once that green light came on, then it didn't matter how you felt. Because I know for a fact, because I've been told that some vatos did what they had to do. Because that was the word, you know? And they had to follow suit. But deep down inside, they knew that we were freedmen, you know what I mean? But they had to do what they had to do. A lot of Sureños would tell me, you know? And still do to this day. So, like, people are curious about that. Not a lot didn't change for us, you know? There was some type of hatred with the younger homies, and they tripped on us just because we're from Maravilla, you know? And we didn't get along with a lot of the Maravillas, so when the peace treaty broke down, things just went back to the way they were, you know? It was fucked up the way it broke down because I'm sure a lot of the homies that got hit didn't expect to get hit like that. It was supposed to be a peace treaty, you know? But it's, you know, what happened. And we responded the way we did, and that just never got fixed, and it just stood broken after that. But there it is. For those of you that wanted to know, that's my story of the green light, you know. The big change was the county jail. You know, you were gonna get down, or you were gonna get smashed out. However it was gonna happen, you're gonna deal with it. Out here, nobody stepped up their game on us. Nobody's all of a sudden like we're being attacked from all directions. And nah, it wasn't like that. Um, it was the way it always had been, and that's just the way it was, it wasn't like, oh, we have the green light now, so watch out, here comes that car. Some vatos try to shoot us over here, because the green light. No, it wasn't because of the green light. It was because they were from wherever, just for an example, they were from 18th Street, and we had pedo with them, and they happened to come down just like they did 6 months ago, just like they did a year and a half ago. It just, we ran into them, and pedo happened, and that's just the way it was, It wasn't a big shock or change, or all of a sudden everybody strapped on their boots from all of the gangs that weren't Maravilla, and they just were all driving around with rifles and shotguns hunting us down. Nah, it wasn't like that. It was the same like it always was. We went about our business on a daily basis, just like we did since we were puppies, And even like I said, when the peace treaty broke down, nothing changed. We have beef with all of these vatos. We had beef with all of them before, and we have it now. So it wasn't a big old change. It wasn't a big old bunch of pressure put on us here in the neighborhood or by the surrounding neighbors. Where it was in the county jail, And even when it came off, the light came off, there was still a little bit of whispering and, that eventually died out and stuff. And depending on how you act and carried yourself is the way you got judged as a convict, as a man, as an inmate, and as a homie, that Maravilla thing, because he's from Maravilla and he's got a light. Since that wasn't in effect, all of that just went away, just like I can't say overnight, but quickly faded away when it was told that it wasn't happening no more. And then it was just like all the other times we've been in the county jail, Some guys like us, some guys don't, homies that been with vatos from Maravilla get along with and had good experiences, get along with us, and at least are open to see what we're about when they run into us, And vatos that have bad experiences with homies, they don't trust, and they're more, they're more offish, even though the light was out in 2005, I remember these two vatos, they were getting transferred to a level 4, and one of them didn't live in my building, but he came into my building, and I know they were waiting down at the bottom of the steps. And when I was walking down, I seen them both looking at me, and I was looking at them, and the one that lived in my building was telling the other one something, but they both had eyes on me, right? And I walked down, and I went, and I did my thing, but I'm sure it had something to do with me being from Maravilla and doing my time the way I did my time and representing the way I was representing, that ruffled their feathers and stuff, but I wasn't out of line. It was not, I wasn't doing anything that was breaking any rules or disrespecting anybody. So they really, whatever they felt, they had to hold to themselves, because it would have been all bad if they would have made a move. They would have been out of line, They had orders already to cut that shit, But there was still some of that animosity, and I think that's more what we felt more than anything. Besides all of the fighting we did in the county jail, and like I said, at some point we had to just fight on sight, We spotted an enemy in the street, we fight on sight, and if we spotted them in the county jail, we fight on sight, and every chance we got. So, don't get me wrong, it was a good thing that, when the light was taken off, it was all good. That shit was over, because it was nothing nice, man. A lot of homeboys were outnumbered, and got the short end in the county jail, you know, got stomped out, you know, stuck, sliced or whatever, you know. And we did what we did, you know. But yeah, anyways, a few people were like, hey, well, you know, how come you don't talk about the green light? The green light is now a dead issue. It's not something that needs to be talked about or anything. But just to touch on it a little bit, just so you know, there's always been some type of animosity before the green light was on, during the green light, and I think now there's less than there ever was as far as my experience, incarcerated and being around different sureños and stuff. There's less of that animosity that was happening before the green light and during the green light. You know, a lot has changed. A lot of that's not there anymore. You know, and anyways, that's my video about this. It's the last one I'm gonna do, and I hope this answers any of your questions or anything as far as you know, how was it during the green light period and stuff. Yeah, it's something you don't want to happen to your neighborhood, you know, and it's a terrible thing. You know, it's nothing nice, but just seemed like my barrio in general, as far as here in my barrio, we didn't really feel a shift or a change. It was always fucking crazy like that, you know. It's all in the county jails where you were dealing with it, coming out of the county jail, going to court, all of that shit, you know. In that world, you know, that's not our house, you know. So we weren't welcome in that house at that time, and you know, we got treated accordingly. But now we are, and that time's gone and passed. So like I said, it's the last video I'm making on this, and I hope this answers your questions as to my experience as far as the green light went, and how we got treated, and how it was, you know. So thanks for watching the video. Yeah, best thing is don't get involved with things that involve things like this: gangs, jail, prison, all that, because it's not an easy life. It's not a profitable life. It's not a life I'd recommend to anybody. So that being said, do what you can to stay free, stay out of jail, man, so we could be here for our families, man. God bless you. Thank you for watching, and God bless your families. Thank you.